Shalom. This is Brother Amath from GMS Toronto. I'm going to start off this lesson by saying Ka Hala Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rekah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Salutations to the elect pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And peace and mercy to the sincere Akwat that may listen. So I don't really have a title for this lesson. So you're really going to come up with a title. But if I was reading, this is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, the 6th chapter. And I was reading really just from the 19th verse on down because Apostle Kabar had made a video and he titled it, This Wisdom is like a fine woman with great assets. And it's a good video, edifying video. All brothers should watch it. But he just this verse alone, he read Sirach 1-19 or Sirach 6-19, and I continued to read on down. So the Spirit just, imparted me to do a video on it. So I'm gonna do a lesson on it and just kind of go through the verses and kind of go through the Spirit. Okay, so Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers and sisters. So this is Sirach 6-19, and it says, "Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth." The her is talking about wisdom. Okay, so wisdom is compared to a woman in the scriptures. Ploweth and soweth means you come to work. Okay, when you come into this truth, it's about work, especially here at Great Millstone. All right. We were about work. Okay, that's why we go out there in the highways and byways, week in and week out, in season, out of season. That's why we make videos day in and day out, every day. There's videos being put up on, on the truth and prophecies and everything. Okay, so come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. That's right. You got to be patient. We gotta wait for her good fruits, and the main fruits, like Apostle Kabar said in his video, the main fruit is that salvation, man. Okay, from the nuclear missiles and the destruction of America. Okay, but the nuclear missiles, we're looking to get saved from that destruction. Okay, because that destruction is going to be horrific. For thou shall not toil much in her laboring about. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. That's right. So, a scripture comes to mind when I read that, and the scripture that comes to mind to me is let me get that here. Okay, 2 Peter 3:16, it says, as also in, let's look up that word toil first, because that's what I did. And you can see I was looking up a couple words here. But toil. So, I got to put on my data for this to work. Okay, toil. All right. So it says toil, the noun, hard work, right? And it says turmoil, contention, dispute, right? Stir up, entangled, wither about, right? When you go, there is a word here. Okay, when you go into that verb of the word toil, so it says pull at, tug, right? Pull or drag about, struggle. That was the key word I saw there. Struggle. So, when we read Sirach Sirach 6:19, it says, "For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her," right? "But thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon." So, truly, this, like we said, this is about hard work. But you have some people, and this verse just goes to show you that the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible, okay, of the word of the Heavenly Father, isn't for everybody, man. All right, and if you come about reading this, if you call yourself a man of the Lord, and you're not, and you're faking the funk, okay, and you weren't taught, and you weren't sent to be a prophet, and you go out there preaching the scriptures, man, you're gonna find yourself wrestling with the scriptures, man. You're gonna find yourself wrestling with the scriptures, struggling with them because the Most High didn't send you, or because you decided to do it on your own, and you didn't decide to get to learn from the elders, the apostles and elders, man. Okay, which that leads to destruction. Okay, when you go about doing this on your own will, and not through the will of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, which would be to follow an order, man. You can't come into this thing breaking down scriptures in your own opinion, your own vain opinion, man. Okay, you gotta go according to how the apostles taught, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim El Shai is dealing with those men. And they've proved it time and time again through their years of consistent work, okay, in this ministry. So 2 Peter 3:16, it says, "As also in all his epistles, speaking," this is Peter speaking about Paul in all his writings, "speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, which is short for wrestle, which goes back to toil, right? That's a struggle. That's a tug of war. That's pulling and tugging when you're wrestling. As they do also the other scriptures." So what's an example of that? When you can't get it through your head, through your thick skull, that the mark of the beast, okay, it's not Christianity, all right? The mark of the beast isn't Christianity, man. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip, okay? Or when you can't get it through your head that Esau can't be saved, but you think, no matter what you do, or you think for some reason Esau can be saved. These are men that wrestle with the scriptures, man. They don't understand. And they know they don't understand, and that's why they get on us. They try to come after us, and they try to demonize us, because we have the truth, man. We have the 100% truth here at Great Millstone, beginning with the apostles and the elders on down, through the power of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Okay? When you call the Most High God, and you call Yahweh Shai Jesus, or Yo Play Yogurt, or whatever it is you want to call him, and not by the proper names, that's what? That's struggling and wrestling with the scriptures. So ultimately, they wasn't given to them, which shows you, man, this thing is only for a select few, okay? The MVPs, all right? The most valuable players, okay? So it says, I'll read that again. Also, 2 Peter 3:16, "As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable the rest, as they do also the other scriptures, unto their own destruction." So that's what happens, man. When you go about, you call yourself breaking down the scriptures, but you're doing it off of your own will. And all you're doing is, butchering the scriptures, butchering the breakdowns, saying things like you can take the vaccine. Okay, we can take the vaccine. There's no problem taking the vaccine, when there's clearly in Leviticus, it tells you not to insert or inject anything in your skin. Okay, so that's going off, and that's going to be to your destruction. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so Sirach 6:20, it says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. And you've seen, there's many examples of men that came into the truth and fell out because they were without understanding of many things, right? And one main thing that they were without understanding is the fear of the Lord, because wisdom begins at the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, as is written in Proverbs 1:7. Okay. So it says, verse 21, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial. That's right. What is that? Sirach 2. Let me get that real quick. Sirach, the second chapter. Sirach 2. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. The men that fell out, they made haste in the time of trouble. Okay, which usually when you make haste in a time of trouble, you do it because you're in your emotions. Okay, you do it because you're in your emotions, and you lack faith. You lack faith in Yahweh Shem El Shai. And that's what the emotions will do, man. The emotions will make you irrational. They'll get you outside of logic, okay? And get you within chaos, make you chaotic, and make stupid decisions, right? So Sirach 6:20, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. He or she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him to be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest on too many. Again, hey, this is for a select few. Okay? That select few is the elect. Okay? And funny enough, the word elect is in the word select. So, verse 23, give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her feathers, and thy neck into her chain. So what picture do you get, in your mind when you hear this? A picture that I get in my mind when I hear this verse is, I think of the word prisoner. You're a prisoner, man. We're prisoners for Yahweh Shai's sakes of this truth. Like Paul said, let me get that. Where is that, right? Okay, Khan. Ephesians 3:1, for this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, for you Gentiles. That's right, man. We're prisoners for Yahweh Shai's sakes, but we're prisoners. When I say prisoners for Yahweh Shai's sakes, we're sent out to wake up his sheep, the elect, right? Beginning with the apostles and the elders on down. They were prisoners. They are prisoners of Yahweh Shai, of this truth, right? To bring in the Gentiles was really the elect, the Israelites who don't know that they're Israelites, but now know that they're Israelites and are waking up to the truth, to come into the fold, right? And Lord willing, we're of the elect as well, because we as well were brought in through the apostles, all right, through the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and they were brought in through their elders as well, right? So that's how that works, man. So we're prisoners in this truth, man. But we're prisoners, in righteousness. Okay. Now, okay, so right, verse 25, it says, bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. So suffer, man, bear her. A lot of you can see a lot of men have came into the truth and were grieved with the bonds of wisdom. The bonds of this truth. So what does that mean to be grieved with the bonds of this truth? Well, what are the bonds? The commandments. All right, the law, statute, commandments. So, if you like you can't smoke weed no more, that grieves some men coming in this truth, because they can't do the things that they were doing in the world. Those type of things, they grieve them. You can't eat pork no more. You can't get lineups no more. No more tattoos. All right. We have to go out there in the highways and byways and preach. Oh, but it's winter, it's cold. Well, you got to do it in the cold, man. In season, for it is written, right? It is written, in season, preach in season and out of season. Right? So these are just many bonds, but there's many things that that grieve men, that have grieved men that have came into this truth. And through those grievances, they fell out, and they fell out to their own destruction. Because they're going to get missiles, man. Okay, so it says, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Okay, and it says, come unto her with thy whole heart, which is your mind, which means when you come in this truth, this truth is your main focus, man. You're not coming in this truth, with a double-minded heart, okay? And you're not coming in this truth half-assed or lukewarm. You're coming in this truth on fire, man. You give it everything you got. Everything you have, you give it. All right? Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. That's right. The scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. Let's get that real quick. Because you're supposed to work, man. This is about work. Oh, Sirach. That's right. Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Listen, if you can't see that we're close to the end, then, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, If you can't see it now, then I don't know. I don't know if there's hope for you. But, that's between you and the Most High. But this is, we're at the very end now. You can see it with the prophecy, with the tension in the air between nations. Okay, this pandemic, and you got race wars, right? You got earthquakes. You got animals dying, fishes dying, polluting. You got so many things happening, man. So many prophecies flying off the pages right now. Okay, so it's time to kick it in high gear. Anytime you get a chance to read, man, read, study as much as you can. Obviously, you don't want to be over righteous, but you want to make sure at the end of the day, when you lay your head on that pillow, that you've done everything you possibly could today. All right, to further your salvation. Okay, in this ministry, man. You put all your hands. You put all your hard work. Okay, you put all your effort, Sirach. You put all your effort into this ministry, into this truth. All right. So let's go back. It says, come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Okay, with everything you got, man. That's why we believe here at Great Millstones that you're still to keep the commandments to the best of your abilities. All right. So if it's within your power not to eat pork, which 100% of the time it is, don't eat it. Okay. If it's within your power not to shave your beard, don't do it. If it's within your power not to line up your hair, your head, don't do it. All right. With all thy power. If it's within your power to study or not to be lazy, study and don't be lazy, man. You know? Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. That's right. Stay consistent. Stay consistent and diligent. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. That's right. All this work that we do, we're going to get rewarded for this, brothers. We're going to be joyful for this, man. Okay? The Most High is going to bless us with the everlasting crown. And for beginning before that, we're going to get that salvation. Then we're going to get the bodies. Then we're going to get the crown. Then we're going to get the spiritual powers, man. Then we're going to get that rulership, man. Okay, so I got a precept for that. This is 2 Timothy 4:8. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. So we're going to be perfect, man. We're never going to be going off. We're never going to be able to go off, right? Because the Most High is going to put these scriptures, okay, in our inward parts. We're not going to have to teach anymore. Being righteous is going to be as easy as it is for us to breathe air in and out. That's how it's going to be when it comes to being righteous, man. No more wickedness. That's what you call perfection. And you know what? If you're sincere about this ministry, that's what you long for, man. Because we don't like going off. We hate that we go off, man. But at the same time, we know and we understand that we're in this flesh, you know, and it is what it is. It's a part, you know, where we're also serving out our judgment, okay, because of the sins we've committed in our past life and in our present life and in the future. Right? Because we are our forefathers coming back. So henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord Yahweh, the righteous judge, shall give me. The Lord Yahweh Shai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing, which are the elect, man. We're going to love the appearing. Lord willing, we're of the elect, beginning with the apostles and elders on down. We're going to love, you know, we long for the appearing of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And the destruction of this wicked kingdom, which is called America. Okay, well, which is spiritually called Babylon and Egypt, but it's America. Okay, so verse 29. Then shall her feathers be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. My son, and you know what that looks like? You want a picture I get in my head, brothers? This picture. I'll show you real quick. Right there. This outfit right here. You see the outfit? You see the girdle of gold? You see all the stones of topaz? Right? Right? The vesture. That's what I get, man. It's gonna be like that, man. We're gonna get glorious garments, you know, all types of rubies and stones infused in our garments. Right? We're gonna get the finest material for our clothes, man. We're gonna look like gods, man. We're gonna look like kings, true kings of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, man. Hence our name, Yasha Allah. He is a prince of the power. Okay? Let's see. See, there you go. There you go, man. That's what we long for right there. That's what we long for. Look at that. Look at that. That's what we long for right there. Yahweh Shai, a big brother, our Lord, man. That's what we long for. Okay. Let me go back here. It says, here am I, verse 30. For there is a golden, verse 32. My son, I'll read 31 more time. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. What does that mean, if thou wilt? Not if you humble yourself, man. Okay? You can't come into this truth thinking you know everything. All right? You come into this truth and you come up and you've been in it for a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And you think you've been on it. You think you have, you're on some game. Okay? You're on some level of wisdom. Okay? The apostles are the heads, man. You got order to this thing. So you got to humble yourself. And if you humble yourself, if you're truly sincere and you humble yourself, you can be taught. You can be taught. Okay? You can receive the wisdom. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Application, because it's not just about learning. You got to apply what you learn too. Because when you apply what you learn, that's how you get the experience. And through the experience, you get understanding. And that's how you obtain wisdom. Okay, that's the process of wisdom. Right? The word prudent. Let's go into that real quick. I was looking that up. The word prudent, it basically means to foresee, be proactive. Sirach. It means, right? So when you look, it says, with knowledge, knowing, skilled, sagacious, circumspect, foreseeing, right? So that means, being prophets, we're prudent because we're able to foresee what's coming ahead, all right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Look ahead, prepare, supply, act with foresight. And that's what we're doing, man. We're preparing and we're acting with foresight. How are we preparing? By going out there in the highways and byways, doing this work. In season, out of season, week in and week out. Making videos. Every single day, you got videos being posted. Okay? And then on top of that, we do, we're all going through our own thing, on a daily basis. We're all fighting our own demons, all right, on a daily basis. So every second of the day, man, every day you're working towards this thing. You're being prudent, all right? That's why the scripture said to constantly endure. All right. So actually, I got a precept real quick. Well, when it comes up, the proper precept, talk about prudent. Look at that, the word prudent. Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth evil. The word evil means a bad time. Eve means time. Ill means bad. We foresee a bad time coming to this world, man, coming to this wicked kingdom. A great destruction through our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, and being prudent men, okay, prophets, foreseeing, what do? A prudent man foresee the evil and hideth himself. How are we hiding, man? We're hiding by abiding in this word, man. Okay, because the word holy, okay, the word is holy. Okay, this word is holy. This ministry is holy. It means to be separate. Okay, when we're separate, we're hid away from everybody else because everybody else scoffs at us. Okay, they scoff at us. They demonize us. They think that what we're doing is a vain glory. It has no profit to it. All right. They think of us. They really think very low of us. Okay. But that's okay. Because we being prudent, we know what's coming. We can see it through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. All right. Simply put, man. That's why you got them, the simple-minded baboons of the IUIC saying, they videotape themselves going on and taking, the COVID, the max, yeah, the COVID. I gotta be, discreet with my word, but you know what I mean. The what's it called? The C virus. I'll say that the C virus test. Okay, they got the C virus test and they videotaping themselves. And one of the elders, okay, there said that, well, we're already breathing Esau's air, so it doesn't matter. And they started laughing like it's a joke. Well, guess what? That's a simple-minded man. That's a simple-minded baboon who just pass on like it's nothing what they're doing. And guess what? They're going to be punished, man. Okay? You got many examples of that. Okay, so verse 32, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of elders, and cleave unto them that is wise. That's right. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. How do we cleave onto them? By watching their videos, okay? Watching all the apostles, keeping up with the apostles' videos, keeping up with the elders, all the other elders' videos. All right, that's cleaving onto them, man. Because they have the 100% truth. The Halabah Shimi Shai is dealing with those men. Okay, it says, and then the elders on down, right? Onto us, brothers. It says, stand in the multitude of elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every good discourse and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. That's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. All right, study. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee bedtime unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. So what does that mean? Let's look up the word bedtime. Okay. I had already looked that up. Bedtimes, it says, at an early period, seasonably, before it is too late, in good time. So if you don't already know, that reminds me of a scripture. Right away, seek. There you go. All right. It says, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early find me. All right. That's a good one. But this one, the one I was looking at, there you go. When he may be found. This is the one I was really looking for here. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. And that's that grace period, man. And hey, that grace period is shutting soon. It's shutting soon, man. Okay? And it says, okay, so it says, be willing to, okay, verse 36, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee bedtimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. So what does that mean? We follow in their examples, man. We follow in their footsteps. So we see their examples and we do so. Like in 2007, it's when, we first saw the apostles come out. They've been going out on the highways and byways before that. But 2007, we saw them on the YouTube going out. And then ever since then, you had, hundreds of camps opening up across the world, man. All the way up until now. Here we are in 2021, right? About that's 14 years later. Okay. You got, which is funny because 7 times 3 is 21, and 7 means completion. Lord willing, this is the year we're out, man. Lord willing. And 3 means understanding. But, I love numbers, hence my name, Amath. But that makes sense to me. So it says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee bedtimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. So we follow in the examples of the apostles and elders. All right, and ultimately we all, okay, Lord of the elect, we are of the elect. We follow in the examples of Yahweh Shai, man. He's the ultimate example, okay? Right, and it says, last verse, let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to end it there. That's it. I hope this was edifying. With that, I'm going to close and say, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rekal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And peace and mercy to the sincere Aquath that may listen. Abba Babal, call me Allah, and Shalom.